The champion Knicks aren't messing with a good thing. Their entire starting five stays locked in for at least 2 more years. The one shakeup comes at backup center, where Andre Drummond steps in for Mitchell Robinson, a move that keeps New York comfortably below the second apron. And they didn't stop there. The front office locked up its bench too, re-signing Jose Alvarado, Jordan Clarkson, Mohamed Diawara, and Landry Shamet. Continuity top to bottom. One recruit to strengthen the Spurs bench though, Tobias Harris. The 33-year-old averaged 13 points per game last year with the Pistons. Beyond that though, the Western Conference champion Spurs aren't touching the core. De'Aaron Fox stays put, and Wembanyama is locked in for 5 more years. San Antonio is officially built, and now they've got NBA Finals experience to show for it.
After falling to Wemby and the Spurs, Oklahoma City responded. Hartenstein signed a new 3-year deal, and 7'3" rookie Ade Mara was brought in to back him up. Elsewhere, the front office turned to the salary cap. With extensions for SGA, Chet, and J-Dub taking full effect, Dort, Isaiah Joe, and Wiggins were let go for draft assets. Still, AJ Mitchell, Jared McCain, and Casey Wallace remain on the roster.
James Harden remains unsigned, but he's expected to return to the Cavs once their offseason wraps up. Elsewhere, longtime Cavalier Dean Wade departs in free agency, joined by fellow free agents Larry Nance and Keon Ellis, who both sign elsewhere. Still, the trio of Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen remain under contract for at least 3 more seasons. The biggest question in Detroit remains unanswered. Jalen Duren has yet to sign an offer sheet. Beyond that though, the East's #1 seed retooled its supporting cast. Longtime Piston Isaiah Stewart was traded to the Grizzlies, while Isaiah Joe and John Collins were brought in for added bench firepower after losing Tobias Harris. Rounding it out, Kevin Huerter was signed for the next 3 seasons. The Lakers' Luka era has officially begun. New additions Walker Kessler, Mamu, and Quentin Grimes are all signed through the next 4 years, and Austin Reeves returns on a similar 4-year deal. Rounding out the bench, Colin Sexton brings his career average of 18 points per game. No more short-term contracts. The Wolves just traded for LaMelo Ball. A shocker, since Naz Reid was expected to start in place of Julius Randle, who was also recently dealt. Moving forward, Ayo Dosunmu signed a long-term deal and is expected to start in his 2nd year with Minnesota. New team advisor and former Warriors GM Bob Myers put his reputation on the line. Jaylen Brown and LeBron James are now in Philadelphia. Still, the Sixers held on to their young backcourt of Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe, rounding out the bench with new additions Anthony Simons, KCP, Dean Wade, and the Knicks' Hukporti. Paul George has arrived in Boston via the Jaylen Brown trade. From there, the Celtics landed their biggest free agent signing of the season, former Knicks backup big man Mitchell Robinson, on a $47 million 3-year deal. Now, only Jason Tatum and Derek White remain from the 2024 NBA champion starters. Marvin Bagley will now back up Nikola Jokic. Meanwhile, Nuggets free agents Peyton Watson and Bruce Brown remain without new contracts. Still, the upcoming season marks the 7th straight year the trio of Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray, and Nikola Jokic has played together. Veterans Bogdan Bogdanovic and Marcus Smart have arrived in Houston. Meanwhile, Fred VanVleet is back from injury and expected to be ready for the season. Despite the outside trade talks though, Kevin Durant, Alperen Sengun, and Jabari Smith Jr. remain on the Rockets roster this summer. Kawhi Leonard is heading back to Toronto, pending NBA approval, though for now, let's assume the trade goes through. It's a bold move for Toronto, who, by the way, are back after missing the playoffs since 2022, sending their leading scorer, 28-year-old Brandon Ingram, to the 35-year-old Kawhi. After just 2 seasons, the Hawks are trading away former first overall pick Zachary Risacher, while bringing in championship experience with Aaron Wiggins and Lou Dort. Still, the Hawks are keeping their starting unit together, led by all-star Jalen Johnson, alongside Nickeil Alexander-Walker and the return of CJ McCollum. The Magic are running it back after a disappointing, injury-burdened season. They are, however, installing new eyes on the coaching staff. After 5 seasons in Orlando, Jamal Mosley moves on to New Orleans. Taking his place is Sean Sweeney, former associate head coach and longtime assistant, now landing his first head coaching job with the Magic. Miles Bridges is now a Sun, acquired in a trade that sent longtime Suns players Grayson Allen and Royce O'Neal to the Hornets. From there, the Suns also signed Luke Kennard to add scoring punch, while three-point shooters Colin Gillespie and Jordan Goodwin were brought back on long-term deals. Rounding it out, starting center Mark Williams also signed a new 3-year deal. The Blazers traded for Ja Morant, sending Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray to Memphis in return. Meanwhile, leading scorers Denny Avdia and Shaedon Sharpe remain with the team, and backup center Robert Williams received a new 3-year deal. Naz Reid arrives in Charlotte via the LaMelo Ball trade. The Hornets are bringing in players built for their league-leading three-point style. Joining Reid are Grayson Allen and Royce O'Neal. Rounding it out, Kobe White signed a new 3-year deal to become the Hornets' new starting point guard. Giannis is taking his talents to South Beach, along with teammate Bobby Portis. Of course, it comes with a price, and that is 3 starters. Tim Hardaway comes in via free agency. Andrew Wiggins agrees to stay on a new 3-year deal. Davion Mitchell cemented his starting role, while Bam Adebayo continues his 10th year with the Heat. All-star Brandon Ingram is now a Clipper via the Kawhi Leonard trade. Also joining the team this summer are Rui Hachimura and Grady Dick. Still unresolved, though, are free agents Benedict Mathurin, Bradley Beal, and Nicolas Batum. 11th pick Yaxel Lendeborg is the Warriors' only addition this summer. Meanwhile, backup center Quentin Post departs from Memphis. On the flip side, Draymond, Kristaps Porzingis, GP2, Al Horford, and DeAnthony Melton all signed new deals to stay in San Francisco. Tyler Herro is now in Milwaukee, joined by 3 other Heat players via the Giannis trade. Kel'el Ware, Jaime Jaquez Jr., and Kasparas Yakachonis complete the deal. Elsewhere, Doc Rivers is out, replaced by former Grizzlies head coach Taylor Jenkins. Rounding it out, Gary Trent Jr. signs a new long-term deal. All-star Norman Powell joins the Bulls on a $45 million 2-year deal. Joining him is Nick Claxton, who arrives via trade. Rounding it out, the Bulls are beginning a new chapter with a new front office, new head coach Tiago Splitter, and 4th pick Caleb Wilson. Former Grizzly Santi Aldama and 2024 first overall pick Zachary Riesischer arrive in Dallas. With a new front office and head coach in place, Cooper Flagg now gets a spotless launching pad. Meanwhile, veterans Kyrie Irving and Klay Thompson remain with the team through the summer. Kevon Looney departs the Pelicans after an uneventful season in New Orleans. The same goes for the summer in New Orleans. Zion remains a Pelican, and so do Trey Murphy III and Sadiq Bey. No trades, no first-round picks. The front office, led by Joe Dumars, stood pat. It's all clear for 3rd pick Cameron Boozer to star in Memphis. With the departures of Ja Morant and Santi Aldama this summer, all the top players from the last couple years are now gone. In their place, Jerami Grant, Isaiah Stewart, Chris Murray, and D'Angelo Russell arrive in Memphis. This is now a young team, one that Cameron Boozer and Zach Edey will lead. DeMar DeRozan was reportedly waived by the Kings, while 2024 13th pick Devin Carter was traded to the Hawks. Meanwhile, both Precious Achiuwa and Daquan Plowden agreed to 2-year deals. The headline is 2nd overall pick Dylan Peterson. Meanwhile, Jackson Hayes and Josh Okogie sign with the Jazz as free agents. Rounding it out, big men Yusuf Nurkic and Mo Bamba sign new deals to stay in Utah. Former All-Star Julius Randle arrives in Brooklyn via a trade that sent Nick Claxton to the Bulls. Meanwhile, free agents Mo Wagner and Keon Ellis signed 2-year deals with the Nets. Rounding it out, starting center Day'Ron Sharpe and forward Josh Minott both get fresh 2-year deals. Veteran forwards Larry Nance Jr. and Kelly Oubre Jr. join the Pacers via free agency. Minus Benedict Mathurin and Miles Turner, this is largely the same team that won the Eastern Conference Championship 2 years ago. First overall pick A.J. DeBonsa arrives in Washington. Meanwhile, DeAndre Ayton was traded for Jaden Hardy, and Chris Middleton returns to the Wizards after being dealt mid-season. As expected, though, Trae Young gets a new max deal from the Wizards.